Hello, everyone, and welcome. We are on episode 9 of Join the Late Bloomers, and we're so happy that you are here to join us this morning,
This morning, this day.
today,
We're
whatever
on-
time it is
You
where you're
didn't, you
at.
didn't know we made it. There's a typo
episode
there.
number?
We're episode 10.
What? We're episode 10?
We made it to our 10th episode.
Whoa, episode 10.
It took us a
Wow.
while.
It did take us a while. That's
We're
common for us because this is Join the Late Bloomers.
Yes. We are working on consistency.
Yes, we are.
So, episode 10. In this episode, we are going to focus on relationships.
That's what we've been talking about is relationships this last 2 episodes. I think this is the 3rd episode about relationships.
Yes.
But this time we're going to talk about relationships in regards to other vendors that you might use.
Yep. Not just vendors, but the people we do business with, whether that's the mailman, the people that work at the city office.
Yes, that's a good one.
Like you said, our vendors, we deal with wholesalers because we're in the flower business.
Yes.
So men and gentlemen and ladies that sell us things like plants and flowers
Yep.
and containers.
And containers. This one's a little cold from the cooler.
I want to start, or
With a quote.
I got a quote.
Okay, here we go. Let's hear it.
It's by Zig Ziglar. I like Zig Ziglar. He said, in many ways, effective communication begins with mutual respect, communication that inspires, and encourages others to do their best.
Wow, pretty impressive.
And I'm married to Shelley. I have been in a marriage relationship with Shelley for almost 20 years.
20 years.
And whenever we get in a fight about something, she will always say, "You need to communicate."
This is true.
So, effective communication begins with mutual respect.
Yes, it does.
And in our businesses, our business interactions with, like we said, our vendors or whoever we do
yes,
business
it's
with,
important.
it begins with mutual respect.
Yes.
Communication that inspires and encourages others to do their best. Thanks, Zig. Is Zig still alive?
No, he passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry. Zig. I saw your video.
Zig.
I thought you'd probably be about 90 by now.
No, he passed away.
No.
But he has some great advice and knowledge when it comes to business, that's for sure.
He sure does. So, respect. I think it's a big deal. I know that when disrespect is just kind of like almost the norm nowadays, and when it happens, when I'm on the dist side, I don't feel inspired or motivated to finish that transaction
No, I have an example
with
of
that person or their company that they represent.
This is true. And as a florist, can I pop in really quick?
Oh
here?
yeah.
As a florist, I actually had something like that happen to me. I was on the receiving end of that over Mother's Day, and I will not name names of the other florist that was involved. We actually, one of the services that we provide sometimes, if we can, if time permits, we will actually help our customers by ordering flowers for them. I think we talked about this before, from another florist out of state.
Yes.
And this happened to one of those cases, and it was Mother's Day week, so it was crazy. And you placed the order actually with another florist in another state, and
Yep.
there was a problem with the address.
Yes.
You want to?
I was given the incorrect address.
And we didn't know that. So when we placed the order for our client, we got a scathing phone call from the other florist telling us that the address was incorrect, and she basically screamed at me on the phone and asked me what she wanted me to have her driver do. So it really upset me. I really thought, I just told her cancel the order, I'll find somebody else, and she wouldn't even do that. So I think that's really good what you're saying about mutual respect.
Right.
What Zig Ziglar is saying, it's really important that you have that mutual respect. I will admit that I did not uphold that part of it, the mutual respect. Everything went out the window as far as niceties went. I will say I didn't cuss, so that's pretty good. But I just asked her to cancel the order, and she finally did, but she refused to do so at first. So mutual
Yeah.
respect is extremely important when you're dealing with other people, especially, like I said, it's another florist. So it's someone that's in the same field that you're in. You still need to have that mutual respect for the other person.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, sorry.
Well, on the other side of that, on the other end of the spectrum,
Yes.
we have a vendor who we see at least 2 times a week, and he's a nice kid. I could say kid because we're late bloomers,
Exactly.
older bloomers, and he's such a nice kid. We took an interest in him, and just out of respect, just taking interest in asking him questions, and he really likes us. And when there are times that he does complain, and every time he complains, it's about a flower shop owner or manager or an employee that talks down to him, that doesn't treat him with respect.
Exactly. Yes, this is true. So I feel like when you do take that interest in other people, it's out of a place of genuineness from us. We're being very genuine when we do that. It's not so that we can get something from it, but just because we like people, for the most part.
Yeah, you got
Not when florists yell at you, but for the most part, we like other people. And we are genuinely interested in what their lives are about. So how I feel like that has helped us, well, by him telling us how he's treated by other people, that helps me to see, okay, don't do that, number one.
Yeah, don't do that.
Because, it just never makes you feel good, and who wants to feel that way? People want to be treated with respect and kindness. And I understand, I think, from their perspective, from our wholesaler's perspective, that they're trying to do their job too. So sometimes something that we might have ordered might not come in, or it might be delayed, and it might have been something that you needed for that particular moment in time, or you were waiting for that shipment to come in. You just have to take a step back and say they're trying to do their best too.
Right.
And understand that it's like a domino effect, that it started over here and now it's come down the chain to here, and there's really nothing that they can do. I mean, if the farm didn't send them the flowers, they can't do anything about it. I mean, they can try to get it from someone else, but that's the best that they can do. So as long as I feel like they're doing the best that they can and keeping those lines of communication open, like you said earlier, communicating, I prefer over communicating, then at least I'll understand a little bit better, and I won't go crazy and berserk and start screaming like I did at that other florist. What'd you say? Communication. Communication is not the key. Communication, and then respect, like you said. Mutual respect is important. And I think communicating that in an effective way, not screaming your head off kind of way like that florist did to me. Because at that point, the whole screaming thing or berating somebody, at that point, you don't even know what's going on anymore. Like, I really, honestly, on that call, go back to that right now, I really forgot the whole reason why she called. And I told her that. I can't even remember now why you called. Because you're so busy screaming at me, I don't even know what you want anymore. So it's like the communication thing, it gets lost. And it's just, forget it. I just cancel the order. So with this, sorry, I went off on a tangent like I always do, because I love to over communicate. Anyway, with this, you saying our wholesaler, he does go above, I feel he goes above and beyond. He definitely, at least for us, he does, and I think it's because we genuinely like him and have taken an interest in him. And I am concerned about people, like, I want to make sure, did you eat lunch yet? Or we have coffee that we're trying to launch here. We'll ask him if he wants a coffee, did you need any water? Like, are you getting what you need? Because, I don't know, it's just kindness. A little kindness, just a little, goes a long way in communicating. Don't communicate just a little, though. Communicate a lot. Little kindness, a lot of communicating.
I think it's just a universal law. I would even go as far as to say a godly law of relationships.
For sure.
You reap what you sow, and when you sow kindness and respect, you're going to get it back. And like Shelley said, we don't treat him extra special to get anything out of him. but just by the nature of the relationship,
Mm-hmm.
the respect, he has bent over backwards for us a few times.
He has.
To
And we appreciate it.
Yeah. So at this point of the video, it's my turn to ask you, what are your tips?
Please.
What are your
help
tips?
us.
Comment below. Tell us, what do you do? What are your tips? What are your learnings? Lessons, either
Learnings.
the hard way or you just know of how I'm just talking.
That's good. You're actually
I'm just
communicating.
talking. I'm communicating and asking you, Mr. or Miss Viewer, what are your tips on having positive relationships?
That's good.
Yeah.
With other people, either in your particular field, because I think that's important too. I know it can get kind of weird sometimes when you're doing the same job. You don't want it to get too competitive, but sometimes that competitor can turn into a friend and you guys can glean information off of each other that is pretty helpful. That's what I think. So what do you want to say? Drop your comments.
Yeah. Drop
Whatever
a
you say,
comment
drop a
below.
whatever the term is.
We will respond to your comment.
We're waiting. Doot, doot, doot.
We realize that we are just overwhelmed YouTube stars, but we do have
You're
we
too
do
much.
have time to answer your comments.
We do.
Yep.
All right.
If
so-
you're getting something out of this video, please say something. Like our videos on YouTube. It helps the channel. Subscribe and share it.
There you go.
Tell people about us. We are wanting more of you to join the Late Bloomers.
Late bloomers.
And with that, we'll see you in the next episode. And I'm going to work on communicating.
Why do you have to say it like that? Okay, everybody. We'll see you next time. Thank you
Bye.
for joining us.